Okay guys, today we're going to look at boxing, the first skill in strength. And because it's focused on strength, what we'd like to do is we want to make our age 30 so that we get a boost to strength. And then yes, we want to make sure we're as tough as fast as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my intelligence on 1. I'm going to put dexterity to 5 because that's related to speed, and I'm going to put my strength to 5. Constitution is of course toughness, but what we're looking for at the moment is punching power. So as you guys see, we're going to put our boxing to advanced, and if you make a strong character like that, then just make sure your rifles is at medium. And then make your handguns basic. Melee weapons we will cover later, but you will see that it's not that fantastic. And then yes, next we will cover the running, of course, and then we don't worry about dexterity, guys. That's just how quiet you are for other players, and we don't need to play around with this. Okay, so let's get into it. When you build a character like this, very interesting, age 30 with those stats, you're 180 centimeters and 95 kilograms, which is basically perfect for my weight. But yes, nice to play around, get close to your own personal weight and your own personal height, and yeah, see how you can play around with that. But let's get going. Okay guys, before we get boxing, okay, I want you to focus on a few things. You can see our strength is on 5, and we can zoom in 7 days, stuff like that. But yes, our boxing is on advanced. What is very important here is that for fun facts, you can always look at your lifetime. As soon as you die, this will reset. Okay, so if you want some bragging rights with how long you've survived on a PvP server, always keep this in mind. And yes, what I want you to focus on is our running is on advanced. Okay, so I'm not going to cover this again, but I will show you when we make a fast character. Our running is on advanced with a strong character. Okay, not very intelligent, but strong. So we can still run at 128.7 kilometers per hour at running speed, and that's our jogging and our walking speed. And our speed is modified by plus 15%. Okay, stamina recovery is at 90%. So always keep an eye on things like this. And our melee damage, because of the strength and the boxing, we're at a plus 162%. So we're going to do way more damage than what we would have done if we didn't have a boxing skill or if we were very low on strength. But yes, just want you guys to focus on the run speed. And what I've realized is that if your endurance is on advanced, you can run for about a minute and a half on a flat surface. But we're going to get into that as well, guys. So let me just get a puppet here and show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay guys, here we have our first opponent. There's a lightweight puppet, and without any spears, without any crafting, let's see how the boxing skill is going to help you. Okay, that was quite quick. So he got one shot on us. Let's just go check our next opponent. Also a medium opponent. As you can see, we can get a lot of combos in. And we don't have to wait for him to hit us. As you can see, 2 hits, guys. I'm on 89%. So let's go get a big ass puppet. That's normally your strongest challenge. But I think this is a strong one. It's not a fat one, but it's a strong one. So let's look at this. 2 puppets down the road. Let's go. Now we can just wait for our stamina to build up. And taking a hit is nothing, guys, because we're still going to heal ourselves with the rag, as normal. So as soon as you loot or search a puppet, then of course it's going to give you some clothing, like here, and then you can just cut up this one for rags if you've got a stone knife. Okay, so that doesn't matter. But we're not going to heal, we're going to find a big boy. Okay guys, here we have a fat boy, and yes, for this one we're going to go into first person view, as that is what I like. But we need to get him on level ground, so we just need to get his attention. Okay, and then we just need to run away quickly, so that me and him is on level terrain. Never try and fight a puppet on terrain that's not level. Even the fat guy, guys, even the fat dude sees his butt. There we go, guys. Now the smaller ones are of course faster, but yes, that is how special the boxing is, with the PvE element of it. And when you charge in, you normally give a really hard shot. Like I'm going to come back in. Look when I run in. I always give a nice hard hit in the beginning. Okay, so you can always play around with combinations. See, if we stand still, we're just going to jab. Okay, and then of course if we go forward, we're going to hit. We're going to throw a haymaker. Okay, so yes, I hope this is helpful to you guys, letting you guys know exactly how strong boxing is in this game. And yes, guys, remember the damage is 162%. So if a guy fights you where his boxing is not high and his strength is not high, you're gonna kick the shit out of him, trust me. Okay guys, just another nice small tip for you again, is that where are my shoes? Okay, let's say you're in a town. Okay, this is what you sound like when you are running around. So you're in a town, maybe there's someone else here. This is the amount of noise you are making. Okay, even while jogging, this is the level of noise that you are making. Now let's take our shoes off. So just remember that, guys. Shoes, you don't think about your shoes in the beginning. But I think you should start thinking about it now. Especially in the beginning, when gear isn't that important to you. While we're at it, guys, never forget doors. Open them from the inside. Get on top. And then remember, you can get onto any roof. I promise you, when you walk on a roof with shoes, it is much louder, guys. Much louder. So yes, just another small tip for you. Okay guys, we're back and now we are looking at running. Okay, now with running, the attribute that you need to focus on is constitution. Dexterity will help as well, but constitution is definitely something that you'll have to look into. So to get 1 on constitution, we're gonna make our age 40 so that we can get a bonus to constitution and strength. Okay, so because we don't need to be extremely strong, but I'm going to show you guys what happens when we still make a strong character. Okay, still a muscular character, he's still got a lot of power. But with running, we're going to focus a bit more on the constitution. So we're going to lose a bit on stealth, because stealth we can only put a medium, so we're going to be a bit louder. But now we're going to put the running to advanced, and we're going to make our endurance basically medium. But for us to see exactly what effect the endurance has, we're going to first of all put the endurance on nothing, okay? And then we're going to basically, in our intelligence, you can put the survival to advanced, but that's not important. Okay, so just to play it safe, we're just going to put our running on advanced, and then we're going to see what effect that has on us. Let's go ahead, and with this constitution character, again, more or less the same weight and the same height, which I like. Okay guys, we're back, and again, as soon as we do a test, we go look at our metabolism. Now as you can see, our running speed is lower than it was with the other character, but our speed boost is still the same, and our stamina recovery is still the same. Okay, so with full running but not full endurance, we're sitting with a bit of a running cost there. So our character isn't as fast as the dexterity character, which I think the dexterity is now on 2 and the constitution is on 5 with the running. So yes, that tells us it doesn't matter if your running is on advanced, you still need to put in some points into your dexterity, or maybe we'll find out it has to do with our age. But the most important part of the test here is the distance that we can run. So we're going to look at the clock now and see for how long we can keep running with endurance very low. As we can see, our stamina count is running down like a second. Yeah, it almost looks like a pure seconds that it's running down at. And I'm not even going to look at the clock, guys, because I know that in my opinion, the furthest you can run is 1 minute and 30 seconds. But we're going to see where we're done. And you guys will have to time it yourselves, because I haven't got a stopwatch on me now, but we're still running through the test. And you need to stop it as soon as it hits 2%. There you see, we stayed on 2 for quite a while. Okay, so let's go back and see what happens with the endurance, and we'll add a bit of dexterity as well. Okay guys, so here we are gonna make an athlete. So I called him runner 2. We made his age 20 because at age you can clearly see it helps with dexterity. Okay, so the dexterity is 5, the constitution is 1 point lower, and your strength is quite low. But just remember, with the first character that I made, the strong one, that our maximum speed was 28.7. Okay, that was the maximum run speed. So what we're going to do now is we're going to max his run speed again and then give him the maximum endurance that we can give him with 4 constitution. Okay, you can sacrifice some intelligence if you want as well, but that won't be a good idea because you need to max at least one of these to have a great character, like awareness or survival. Okay, you'll need to max at least one of them. And of course, maxing stealth is easy when your dexterity is that high, and having 4 points in strength is always good because rifles will be your primary objectives to level up. So what you'd like to do here is make your rifles to medium, and then you make your handguns to basic to just balance it out. And sometimes the points don't work so well. Let's just put it to, okay, so we've got 4 points. We only need to put 1 point into that, and then we need to put 3 points into this, which is supposed to be on medium. But in any case, let's carry on with the test and see what happens. Let's make our survival skill high as well. And yes, it's leaving us that point again, but let's not worry about that. Let's get going. You see, you're much lighter, but still the same height. Interesting. Okay guys, so here we are with our scrawny little weak ass player that weighs 65 kilograms, and he's got a 90% melee damage bonus, so he hits half as hard as the strong player does because we had 165% melee damage with the other one. The only place where we're really gaining is with the stamina recovery, and that's probably due to the bit of endurance that we added. But look at the speed guys, the maximum run speed is at 28.7, which it was exactly the same with the strong character that we had, which we could have turned into an extreme soldier, okay, with the strength that we had to play with. So yes, running exactly the same speed, our stamina is going to recover faster, but let's see with the timing. And what I'm going to be doing is, you guys can time it at home as well, but what I'm going to be doing is to just add the time, you know, on the screen when we are done to my exact timing, and I'm sure your guys' timing will be more or less the same. But like I said, I'm still putting my head on a block. When I edit this video, I'll put up the times which I've recorded, but I still think a minute and a half, guys. I'm putting my head on a block that it's a minute and a half for most of the characters. But yes, let's see if this guy proves me wrong. And according to me, the more intelligent players with intelligence can't run longer than about a minute. Stay on the road, stay on the road. Okay, we're stopping at 2%. Let's see what happens. Okay guys, so we're going to keep our characters young, but let us see, we don't need more than 3 dexterity at the moment because you can only use one skill, which is stealth. So let's add constitution, since endurance and toughness is tied up with that. Okay, so let's make the constitution on that, and then make the endurance full and the running to medium, and we don't need to worry about anything else. Yes, let's do a 2-in-1. I'm going to show you guys exactly what the awareness does as well, because we are still working on skills that you have without needing any weapons. So let's go with that one. Okay guys, here we have a nice scenario with the train tracks. If you guys ever wondered what that red line was, it was train tracks leading to two different big towns. So we've got a bit of scenery going on here. And again, let's go to our metabolism, sorry. And yes, let's see what changes we have. Our endurance is high and our running isn't high. Even with, okay, our dexterity is low again and our age is the same. But our running isn't the same. I'm thinking dexterity is the major cause of our running speed here, which we've always thought that it was just the speed at which you do things, but it's probably the speed at which you run at as well. And we can see our running, our speed modifier is only at 112% instead of 115%, which you do get when your running is full. But at the moment, our running is not full. Our running is just above medium. And then our recovery has got a major boost here of 120%, which is great. And the other stats are normal. So again, endurance is really affecting the stamina recovery, and I'm sure it's going to influence your water consumption and your calorie consumption. I'm sure it's going to influence that as well. So with our next character, when we look at the dexterity, we're going to make the running high, but we're going to make the dexterity very low and see if we run much slower. And then we're going to check if someone without any endurance. We can go back in the video as well, but we're going to check on that. But let's get to the brass tacks. 3, 2, 1, here we go. And I'm always running on a bit of an uphill or on level ground, but it doesn't make a major difference. If you want to put the UI off, guys, with the minus key, just remember, you start breathing very heavily and your heartbeat becomes very hard when you're at 30%. Okay? So if you always want to start before 30%, it's just an option, you don't have to. Okay. I'll be sure to post that time in there again and see. But if we have to go back in the video, then I'm going to post the other characters' water consumption and calorie consumption, and I'm sure that's going to teach us something. But I don't want to make the video too long, guys, so I think we're done with the running simulator for now. Okay guys, our next test is going to be with awareness. Now guys, awareness has got a lot to do with what it says, awareness. So what I want you to do is just listen for a moment, everything you can hear. That's right, a little faint noise to our left, okay? But there's a lot of noises. So imagine if the other person has high dexterity, and with a new update you can't really hear footsteps from very far away, how close the guy can get to you before you notice him. And when you have zero awareness, this is what it's going to sound like whether you use focus or not. And you can test that. I'm not going to show you guys, but when you do this, it's going to sound the same. But now, because you've got awareness on advanced, you can focus on certain things. And be very focused in the hunt. Major difference, eh? That's just a puppet, guys. But listen to footsteps. Listen to how I can hear my footsteps now. Listen to that. So even though the other player will have stealth, that doesn't matter because let's just amplify it. This is what a player will sound like normally that's running to you. And if he's just walking, that's when the guy's creeping up to you guys, when he wants to kill you. But when you're using focus, you can hear him. So yes guys, in my opinion, awareness is extremely important. The problem that we're facing at the moment is that intelligence makes you fat. Okay? And for people that don't want to be fat, it's going to be difficult putting two skills on a high level, because you've got survival, which is important, which we will find out about later, and then we've got camouflage, which is important, and sniping, which is very important, and then we've got awareness, which is extremely important. So just on these few options that we have at the moment, guys, can you see how specialized it is and how important your choices are? Now imagine how far it's going to get, and I will show you that now. Okay guys, we're going to make our strong character again, but remember the first time I gave him 5 dexterity to punch fast, in my opinion. We're going to give him dexterity of 3 this time and make his constitution 5. Okay, but just remember, when we had the dexterity to 5, he was running at full speed. So because we need to maximize one of our constitution skills, just remember that with our running, we're going to make our running full. Okay, sorry, the name's already in use. Okay, this one we're going to be calling survival. Okay, but in any case, what we are focusing on here is that survival we can put on advanced. That's why there's 3 points, guys. Remember, to get to basic is 1 point. 1, okay? You can see on strength we've got 10 points to use there. So getting to basic is 1. And then getting to medium is 2 points. So that's a total of 3. and then getting to advanced is 3 points. So basic 1 point, medium is the extra 2 points, advanced is the extra 3 points. So it takes 6 points to get one skill to advanced. Okay, so you're gonna have to play with your skills a lot, and that's why teams are gonna be very important, because if you've got members in your clan that have got different roles, you're really gonna be a force to be reckoned with. But in any case, we're gonna make the running full again, just like we did last time. The running is on advanced, but our dexterity isn't on the maximum, so we're going to see what effect that is. But to get back to my point, guys, just look at strength. For now, we don't know if we're going to get more things, but for now, there's handguns, handguns, okay, whatever that means, probably 2 handguns, but in any case, archery, heavy weapons, weapons throwing. So that's 4 more skills, okay, when just using this 4 is difficult at the moment. Swimming and resistance. But that's not the one you have to worry about, guys. The fatty guy. Remember the fatty guy that I'm talking about? The fatty guy is going to get programming and electronics, biochemistry, education and psychology, demolitions, cooking, animal handling, tactics and medical. Holy shit, guys. Now, all I'm hoping for is that if they force you to be a fat, yeah, you know what the second word would be, but if they force you to be fat, then they must allow you to lose the weight by hard training and hard exercise and hard survival, but not lose the skills. That would be great, okay? If you guys want to force me to weigh 150 kgs, it's fine. Just make sure that if I do all the activities I need to do and don't eat much, that I can lose the weight but still keep the skill. And then again, guys, dexterity. Never think dexterity. At the moment, having just 3 points in dexterity is fine, because then you can put your your stealth skill to advanced. But later on, there's going to be driving, motorcycling, piloting, sailing, climbing, pick locks and pockets and throwing. So guys, looking at the future, you can be assured that your character will be very unique to the world. Okay? And as soon as they're giving us hair, which they're going to bring more specialized customization to our characters. As soon as they bring that in, guys, this game is going to be freaking awesome just on the skill and character selection screen. Fucking awesome. Okay? Okay, so let's go. Survival is on max. Let's see what happens. Okay. I don't need to go anywhere because we're talking about a survival skill. Nice, there's a dam for water. Talking about survival, guys, as long as we're on the topic. When you start, you've got 98 milliliters of a water balance, which is going down. And you've got a calorie balance of 530, which is going down. Okay? So in the beginning, your calorie balance and your water balance is the most important things that you need to take care of, because you're just going to run around for about 10 minutes and your energy is going to start going down, and I'll prove that to you. Look at our calorie balance plummeting right there. Just look at the calorie balance plummeting, and you tell me how long will you be able to run before your calorie balance is stuffed. Look at your water balance. Okay, how long are you going to be able to run before your water balance is stuffed? And as soon as the calorie balance and the water balance goes to 0 and a negative, then your energy levels are going to dip, because you're going to have nothing in your system. Your deficiencies are going to start becoming more, and your water is going to become less. Okay, so as soon as your calorie balance goes below 0, you're going to lose energy. Okay, that's right below your stamina over here. And as soon as your water balance goes below 0, then your hydration is going to go down. Okay, and that's going to happen fairly quickly. Okay guys, this is fairly basic. With the survival skill on advanced, let me just make sure here. Yeah, with the survival skill on advanced, you can craft every single item in the tools and weapons except for the ammunition. For the ammunition, you're gonna have to have skills in your rifles and your handguns. To make 9mm ammo, you're going to need skill points put into handguns, and for your other ammo, you're going to have to put skill points into rifles, okay, which I will prove to you later. But the big thing is you can craft everything in your items to survive. Okay, let's call this your survival kit. You can craft everything, and you can craft everything you need for meat, and you can cook pastry, rice, and cooked vegetables. Popcorn, I don't know why you're going to need popcorn on this island, but yes, you can make pastry, rice, and cooked vegetables. Okay, so your basic survival skills are taken care of. Now we're going to look at what it looks like when you have 0 survival skill, but I'm going to put my handguns and my rifles to basic. Okay guys, this is going to be interesting. I just thought about this. As you can see, I'm putting my rifle skills and my handguns on basic to see if I can craft all the ammunition. If this has any effect, then I'd say that you will probably be able to craft more bullets, depending on your skill. Okay, and of course you'll be able to control your guns much better. But just for crafting purposes, I'm sure you just have to have these two on basic. But what's very, very interesting to me now is that our dexterity is on 5. Remember, we compared that to the running speed, but I'm not going to touch the running speed at all. So let's see what happens. So guys, here we are again, okay, with the basic character, and let's go look at that speed, 24.9. Okay, again, this is a very, very weird result. So that tells us that it's a combination of the running skill and the dexterity. Okay, because without any running skill, our dexterity is still giving us at least some speed. Stamina recovery is not affecting, and the water consumption and the calories doesn't look too bad either. Okay, so can we see any major changes? No, but if we go to crafting, hell yeah, now we see major changes. So without any crafting skill, you cannot make knives, you cannot make a hatchet, you can't make a metal axe, and the basic skills is not enough to create the bullets. Very interesting. We can't make an improvised backpack, which is quite important. We can't make the bear stuff, which is not important, but hell yes. The wooden chest, guys, this is where you're going to lose out. Not the bear shoes, not the improvised boots, the wooden chests. If you can't make chests, you can't store anything at your base. You can only make a shelter to spawn at. But you can't store any ammunition or anything at your base, which is a major no-no. Here I don't see a major effect, but here I definitely see a major effect. And again, here we don't see any major effect. So yes, looks like the survival skill is important, but how important is it? How important is it? Let's put our rifles and our pistols to medium. And let's put our survival to basic and see what that does. We're getting luckier as the day goes by, guys, because look where we have spawned. right on D3. Look up at D3. Okay, some great locations here in underground bunkers, but on the blue line. So with our metabolism, our calorie balance, our water balance on perfect, let's see if we can drink the water, because it's blue. Yes, we can. We can drink the clear water, guys. As you can see, no sicknesses, no negative health hazard. And what we want to do here is drink at least 5 times, because we're going to drink a lot of water. Okay, so we want at least 5 circles at the bottom. And we want our water balance to rise fairly quickly, because it's going to dip fairly quickly. And water is healthy. So what we're sitting on there, 10. 10 brings our stomach to 60%. It's not that bad, and it's letting our water balance run up nicely. Not extremely fast, but let's see if that water balance can counter the running. Yes, the intake can counter the usage. As you can see, the intake is running very quickly. Much quicker than the usage, and that's what you want. So we don't have to worry about hydration. But getting back on strength, our rifles are on medium. You can see a half circle. Handguns are on medium. That's a half circle. When we go to crafting, we can craft everything. Okay? Everything with the bullets. Just focus on the bullets. We can craft all the bullets, because our rifles and our handguns are on medium. Now, the crafting side of things, our survival skill is on basic. So with the basic survival skill, we can already craft 1 wooden chest and everything else that we need. So this is a wooden chest. The wooden chest is used for storing items. You know how that works. Improved wooden chest made by a skilled craftsman used for storing items. So, of course, maybe a bigger one. An improved metal chest made by use security storing. Okay, so someone can't break it. We're not worried about breaking, we're worried about stealing here. Okay, so for my basic survival needs, a basic survival skill is perfect, guys. If you can't hide your chest, then it doesn't matter, and you can always build more chests. Okay? So your chest is basically just to hide it, and there's a lot of ways to hide your chest, guys. Press that like button, press that subscribe button, and press the notification to find out how you can hide your things for making it very difficult for anyone else to find it. We're going to do that later on. But yes, I'm very happy with the basic skill, guys. Of course, the medium skill is probably gonna open up those two, but I'll test it for you. And of course, yes, you can craft everything with the medium. So the other thing that I tested is our dexterity is on 5, and we made our running and our stamina, we made medium. That means we get 110% boost on the speed that we run at, and 110% boost on the recovery. So the medium endurance and the medium running is actually a much better idea for me, especially if you're just going to have 3 in constitution. I'm liking these stats at the moment. A lot that we can learn here. But in any case, let me do my work and see if the medium survival is going to help. the reason why this is so important, guys, is because, remember, basic is only 1 point. Medium is 2 points. The place where you're going to waste points is going to medium. Because with 1 point, we can already craft everything we need, guys. Now you need to think, is the other 2 points worth it? Just for these 2 items? And that's why it's so important to play around with the skill set. Because we know why we want rifles on advanced. That's for maximum recoil. Control. And with the pistols, that's not so important. But now at least we know with medium, we need medium skills in pistols to create the ammo. Okay, so we're going to have to use 3 points on rifles and pistols at least. Okay? And then we'll have 4 points left. So what do we want to do with that? We can put rifles on advanced and then a bit more into handguns, or we can put rifles to advanced and we can up our melee damage or our unarmed damage. Okay, these are the questions that you're going to have to ask yourself, and that's why it's very important to figure these things out so that you waste as little points as possible. Because with later updates, guys, every point is going to make a major difference. Okay? But yes, I'm sure with medium, those 2 are going to open up, which is the reason for me thinking that advanced is not helping you at all at the moment. Maybe it's going to help you with some small thing which you don't see, but I don't see it helping you anyway. I only need basic, guys. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I can craft everything on basic, and that's all I need. But let's get back to the medium and see what it does. Okay, guys, with everything that we've learned today, I'm going to try and create the perfect character. Being young has its advantages, but because we only need 3 points in dexterity, we're going to focus on strength and constitution. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my dexterity on 2. And I'm going to put my intelligence on 3. Because 3 is the least that I need. But I don't like being fat. So let's see. And I like being strong. Okay, so that gives us a total of 14 points, and that's the only points that we can play with there. 5, 4, 3, and 2. Now with this setup, we can put our rifles on advanced, which I feel is very important. We can put our melee weapon, no, not the melee weapon, the handgun to medium so that we can craft the ammo. And then we can put the boxing on basic. Okay, just to help us a bit out there. Then we want the running skill on medium, and we want the endurance on medium. Okay, and then we can add that later. Let's make it just let's call a scummer here. So yes, the 3 points in dexterity make sure that we can put our stealth to advanced. Okay, I've got 3 points in dexterity. Don't worry about that, guys. It will get to advanced really quickly. With awareness, we need at least medium. Okay, and on survival we need at least basic. I don't know why it does this. Is it because I'm playing around with the numbers? Let's just go back. let's change the 20, get it back to standard, and then I'm going to make my guy right at the top, and then I'm going to change the values here. To make it 30, and we're using 14 points. Okay, let's try again. Stealth is on advanced. Awareness is on medium. And survival is on basic. Running is on advanced, and endurance is on basic. And then yes, this one is basic. This one is advanced, and this one is medium. There, we used everything. That's how it's supposed to look. Let's see what we end up with. Guys, I'm going to make this the end, okay? I think we've covered a lot of things, okay? In my update video, you will see that I take very long to find the target with my scope. So when it comes to rifles, we know that we need, and the handguns, we need medium to craft all the bullets and have recoil control. Melee weapons, guys, is fun, okay? It is fun. But the combinations that you can do with melee weapons are not that much. And because you can literally kill every puppet with your boxing skill, you don't really need the melee skill, okay? Just something to focus on. I've put the melee weapons to advanced, but you guys are not going to really see a major difference, so I'm not going to bore you with that. The sniping skill basically helps you to hold your breath for longer, and so that when you press control, that your rangefinder can find that distance quicker, so that you can react to the distance that you have to shoot quicker. Okay, so it helps tremendously for sniping with your scopes. So if you're going to be a sniper, you need to put that to advanced. Camouflage is, of course, if your opponent, or if you have camouflage clothes on and you've got green camouflage clothes and you're in a green area, then you're going to be very difficult to see for the opponent. If you've got brown camouflage clothes on and you're in a brown area, same thing. Okay, if you've got white camouflage clothes on, you're standing at a white tree or something, that's going to help as well. And you guys can go and experience that for yourselves. Okay, it's not as if you're not putting the time in. I'm just giving you the overlay here, and let's see what this character can do for us. 5 strength, 4 constitution, 3 dexterity, and 2 intelligence. Okay guys, we have found our opponent. So let's see what he has to offer. Or more likely, let's see what we have to offer. Yes, that's it. Let's go. Okay, let's just backtrack here a bit. Oh, look at the combos, guys. Look at the combos. Basic fighting training is not bad. Okay. Our perfect character isn't looking too bad, guys. Let's see if we can attract Big Slick here quickly. Where are you, Big Slick? I want to track the other guy. Come on. One at a time, boys. One at a time. There we go, there we go. Come, Big Slick. Oh, what a combo on a big dude. Oh! Oh, God, go sit on your ass, boy. Oh, guys. There it is, guys. What an ending. There it is. Just look at my strength. The boxing is on basic, guys. And on a basic boxing level, you can kick their ass. I never knew this, guys. I just love making these videos because I learn things with you. And I find this fantastic. Stand up, buddy. Okay. Let's see if we can do the running punch. Oh, it doesn't want to really throw haymakers. But that doesn't matter, guys. We can still hit the shit out of most things. And we've got that extra 132% damage, guys. Guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, if you had fun, if you learned anything, freaking take your mouse, click that bell button so that you're notified of my next video. Click that like button. And guys, subscribe because I'm going to be pooping out videos like there's no tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoy your day. Have fun, guys. Cheers. Matthias out.
The thunder of God!